Hello YouTube. Today I'm doing another toy review, another Mighty Max set review, and today I'm doing the Mighty Max Escapes Skull Dungeon set and the Mighty Max Survives Corpus horror head set. I think these two sets go really well together, and as I did before with the saber-tooth tiger and the dinosaur set, I think these belong together, so I'm going to review the two of them together. So let's start with the Doomzone. This Doomzone, I guess it was one of the first ones that came out in this series, and well, I really like it, of course. It looks like a giant skull, complete with teeth, eyes, the other eye, and yeah, the bluebird logo on the back. I like how it is surrounded by these little bones here. Anyway, if you open the mouth, it forms a stairway like this, and if you open the rest of the head, you get something that kind of resembles Castle Grayskull for me. I don't know, maybe it's just because you enter it through the mouth like you do Castle Grayskull, but I think this is very, very Masters of the Universe like, for me at least. But the inside is not at all resembling the Masters of the Universe. You have this Max figure, which is, I guess it was one of the earlier versions, because it looks way more cartoony than the other Max figures I have and the other sets that came with different Max figures. You can see it here. The one on the right comes from the Corpus set, and the one on the left with the blue cap comes from the Skull Dungeon Doomzone. So yeah, not only the color of the cap is different, but I guess the whole figure is kind of has a more cartoon feel to it, with these bigger eyes, and it just doesn't look that realistic as this one does, although this one is not realistic at all either. So you get the blue capped Max figure, you get this really cool Frankenstein figure that comes with the set. It also has a joint at the hips, so I guess this is the first one that can actually utilize the joint, because you can make this pretty neat awakening scene with him. And the set also comes with the Professor, but unfortunately Professor also had a hip joint, but my Professor, the Professor in my set sadly lost his legs. I lost it, and yeah, since then the Professor was just thrashing around in the set, and it took a toll on him. So yeah, the paint job is kind of in a bad shape by now on him. So yeah, this is the evil mad Professor that comes with this set, but unfortunately I can't really use him or show it to you guys. The thing you saw from the outside that builds the eye of the skull is this piece right here, which looks really neat, and these electrode thingies are removable. You can place them here, either sides of the machine that gives life to the monster. So yeah, you can place them here. Of course, in this state you can't close the lids, so don't even try it, because you're going to break something. And the Frankenstein monster fits perfectly here in this little bed, and when the experiment is done you can lift him, kind of like Darth Vader did in the third movie, in the third prequel, and say no. Okay, no, that was the worst part of the movie. So anyway, it's a nice feature. You can lift it up and wow, he's alive. I really like the figure too. It's quite tall. It also has these menacing red eyes and this green colored skin. Looks a bit like the Hawk. Okay, some other features here. There's this lever that you can just play with, and that's it. That's the machine. Another part of the machine with stickers on. You can see some cables on the floor going to the electrodes, and there's also a trapdoor here. You can open it. Yeah, like this. But it only reveals a sticker, stairway down sticker. So yeah, you can see some gadgets here and the stairs to the opening. The place for Max to stand is here, and I really like how it goes up to this upper level. That's one of the eyes of the skull, and that's the other one. This is a dungeon complete with a skeleton and an opening door. So yeah, and the other part of the door is a bookshelf, so it's kind of like a hidden trapdoor that Max could run into this trap and then be trapped here in the dungeon. And the upper level is basically, I guess, the laboratory part where the old professor used to hang out before he lost his legs. So this was the Skull Dungeon Doomzone. Really neat set. Lots of play options here. And right now I'm going to show you guys the Corpus horror headset. Now this is also a really neat set. I really like it. There's this head complete with worms coming out of the eyes, actually both eyes, this green snot coming out of the nose, an open mouth, and also a skull, a hole on the skull which is also infested with worms. This is really cool and also ugly. The other side is just Bluebird 1993. When you open it up, it's very easy. Opens like this. So you have two parts here, and they open separately, but if you open them both, they build kind of like a dungeon scene, like you have seen here. Only this is more like a cave to me. Lots of skulls around here and a torch. So really neat. Inside, actually, this is one of the playsets that have two places for Max to stand, and either one fits just fine. So you can close the lid, either having Max here or here. Inside you have a corpse, which to me kind of also looks like the Frankenstein monster. Not the one that I just showed, but it reminds me of the movie monster. And we also have a mad scientist here, although he could be a gravedigger too, just a gravedigger, but I like to think he's a mad scientist who wants to you know, create another Frankenstein monster, and that's why he needs the grave. He digs the grave. And I really like this old, rotten, detailed, but yet beautifully detailed casket here. It's really nice. And we have Max snooping around with a lantern here and finding the mad professor digging out graves. So that's basically it. I like all the details we have on these figures, and yes, it looks like it's bloody here, but yeah, what can we do? It just makes it cooler, I guess. I really like it. The big guy fits here perfectly. That's his place, and that's the place for the gravedigger. This gravedigger also reminds me of the professor here. They kind of have the same face, well, although it's hard to figure out with such small figures. So anyway, I think these two sets go great together. I really like them. I really like the fact that this one has two parts opening. You can close one part. Yes, you can close. You should be able to close. Okay. Yeah. So you can close one part, which makes it look really like a cave with these stalagmites here. I really like the look of that. And of course, you can close the other part too. Now you can hear it troubles a little bit. That's because of the corpse. It's in position, but still it can move a little bit. So all in all, also one of my favorite sets here together, and I really like to have them together, and I'm really glad I have them. If you like the Frankenstein monster and this zombie themed stories, I guess you will have a great time with these sets. I really recommend you to pick them up. Thank you for watching this review, and I will make some more soon. Bye bye.